I'm Colin, welcome to Learn Somatics. Today I want to show you a really good movement to free up this central piece of the body. It's your center, the waist, the belly muscles, and the lower back. It's really going to help you get better control over the hips and legs as well. So, to begin, lay out flat on your back. And to do this one, you're probably not going to want a mat because you're going to be sliding, so you'd be better off doing it on like a wooden floor or something, or just if you have socks on so that you're able to slide on the surface that you're on. So to begin, you're going to keep your legs, you're going to move your legs together as a unit for this one. And you're going to bend your two legs together and bring them off to the right, like so. You just bring them to the right like that. And from here, just slowly straighten them back out. And you'll notice as you flex your hip, springs your knees up, they'll turn over to one side. Your hips are going to turn over to that same side to the right. And from there, just slowly straighten back out. So what we're doing is we're bringing our two legs, our two knees towards our right arm over to the right. And there's no way of doing that without turning your hips over as you do it. So as we bring the knees over to the arm, we're using our belly muscles and our waist muscles. We're using those flexors of the front of the trunk. Just gently sliding. Bring the two knees towards the right arm. And then back to straight. So we're using the flexors as we bring as we bring the knees to the arm. And we're actually using the extensors in the back as we straighten back out. And let's just do that one more time, gently sliding the knees over to the right and back. Okay. Now, so we've gone to the right. Let's see what it feels like to go to the left. So same thing, we're going to slide our two legs together. We're going to draw our knees over towards our left arm, like so. And again, we're using our flexors as we draw the knees up and our extensors in the back as we straighten out. And because we're trying to bring our knees to our left arm, we automatically have to turn over the hips, which means that we're getting all of the rotational muscles of the trunk as well. So you can see how this gets into all the different muscle groups in your trunk. Flexors as we bring the knees up, extensors in the back as we straighten back out. So take your time, see if you can get this to feel even on the left, or as even on the left as it did on the right. Let's do two more on this left side. Flexor muscles bringing the knees up towards the left arm, extensor muscles straightening us back out. Nice and smooth, lazy, sliding along the ground, back to straight. Okay. So relax for a moment and just assess for change, see how that feels. Should start to feel nice and comfortable through your middle of your body here. Now, we've seen we can go to the right, we've seen we can go to the left. So, what happens if we are to alternate between each side? So let's start going to the right. There we go, off to the right, back to straight, and off to the left. Back to straight. Go back and forth like this, nice and lazy, low effort. Just get a sense of how your trunk is involved in this entire movement. Your legs are really just bending and straightening. It's your trunk. Flexors are bringing the knees up on one side, the extensors are straightening it out, and then the opposite on the other side. And you may notice that this is a bit like skiing. It has a skiing action to it because the legs are moving parallel to each other the whole time. This is really good movement. Free up your back, your belly, your waist, your trunk in general. Okay, and back to straight. Again, just check that out and see how that feels. So we should be starting to feel pretty comfortable through the lower back, through the hips and legs now. So you've gone left and right, you've alternated back and forth. And now that you're familiar with this movement, let's play a little bit with it. So what we're going to do is we're going to modulate between the top position where the knees are over towards the right arm and this straightened position. We're going to play a little bit with this. So if you draw your knees over to the right arm like so, now your hips are turned over. So from here, begin to straighten your legs, but don't let your hips roll flat to the table again. So you're just keeping your hips turned over to the right as you straighten and bend the knees. You bend them up, straighten them out, bend them up, use your flexor muscles, straighten them out, you're using your extensor muscles, but we're keeping the hip turned over to the right as we do this. This feels really good, up through the back of the body. Let's do that a couple of times. More, flexing up towards the right arm, straightening out towards the bottom of the table, but not rolling onto our back. One more time. Back. And from here, let's let ourselves come down. Okay. So we want to do the same thing now to the left. We're going to play with this section from knees up to legs straightening out. So we draw the knees up towards the left arm, and again, straighten out a bit. But we keep our hips turned to the left. So we're getting this real nice flexion extension in a turned over position of the hips. This helps us to feel what's happening when we're doing these movements. What's involved in the trunk, to draw the knees up to the arm and to straighten them out. Do that a couple of times. One more time, flexing up, straightening out, and then back to flat. Again, just take a moment and see how that feels. That's starting to feel nice and comfortable now. So we've gone to the left, we've gone to the right, we've alternated, we've explored a little bit, or we've just played a little bit with going from the flex to the extended position. So now let's go back to going alternating and see, does it feel a little easier or a little freer because of what we've done just previously, examining the two positions, the two movements. So let's start by going off to the right again, back to straight, off to the left again, back to straight. Flexing the muscles of the belly to bring the knees up, using the back muscles, extensors to go straight, flexing the muscles of the belly to go up to the left, and extensors to go back to straight. And you should find that after doing that little exploration we were doing previously, that now alternating feels a bit smoother, a bit easier, and just a bit more free. It's all about having that nice feeling of freedom as you move. And one more time each way, back to straight, and back to straight from here. Okay. Lay it out flat and see how that feels. Should be getting a nice sense of comfort through the entire back of the body and this entire central piece here, the belly, the waist, the lower back. So that's a great movement to really free up your walking, your twisting, just make you feel more comfortable generally, wring out tension. That'll go great with any of the walking movements or a wash rag. So give that a try. Let me know how you get on, and don't forget to hit subscribe. Thanks.